Can you take the core path if you are facing not just the lack of appointment, but you are on a waiting list? Do you have to wait for the waiting list to end, or you can file your case through the core path, through the Italian Immigration Court? This is Marco Bersani from the Bersani Law Firm&Partners from Italy, an Italian immigration law firm with expertise on Italian citizenship application. Today we want to explain you that. We want to solve your question, your doubts about this matter. So do not lose any more time, and let's start. If you are, for example, on a waiting list for the Italian Consulate, so when you try to book your appointment for citizenship by descent, for filing your petition for citizenship, Italian citizenship by descent or Italian citizenship Jure Sanguinis, then you find out during the booking process that there is a waiting list. What to do in these kind of cases? Doesn't mean that you are on the list, and so, you have just to wait for the consulate, or are there any alternative solution that you can eventually take for making your process faster? In many videos, if you watch all the other videos that we posted on the channel, we were talking about the so-called core path. So the fact that you can claim, and so you can file the petition for Italian citizenship by descent, Italian citizenship Jure Sanguinis through an Italian immigration court, because of the lack of appointments with the local Italian consulate. When we refer to the lack of appointment, we refer to the situation where you try to make your appointment and the system is saying to you there are no appointments, so there is no way to book your appointment. But the waiting list is a little particular, so what you have to do, technically you have potentially an appointment because you are on a waiting list, so you are registered with the consulate. Well, the good thing and the good news is that the waiting list is not relevant. So the waiting list is considered as a lack of appointment because a few consulates are trying to avoid the problem of the lack of appointments by establishing a waiting list. According to the law, you have the right to have your case processed in less than 2 years. So the law is very clear on the 2 years. You cannot have a case that is processed in more than 2 years. The waiting list is a denial of justice, so it's the same thing as the lack of appointment. Why? Well, let's do some simple math. So you have the number 6,200, for example, in the waiting list. So there are 6,000 people behind you, so you need to wait for all the 6,000 people behind you to be called before the consulate will call you. It's a waiting list, no? Let's assume that the consulate will process 1 case a day. So there are 30 cases in 1 month on the yearly basis. We are talking about more than 300 people. How long it takes from 300 people to reach the 6,000? It means that will pass 15 years. It's a crazy amount of time. Both the waiting list and the lack of appointment means that the consulate is not able to guarantee 100% that the case will end in less than 2 years. You have a denial of justice case, so you can file your petition for citizenship by descent through the court. As always, for any questions, something you want to ask, feel free to contact us through the website. There is a contact form you can use, it's free of charge, for sharing with us your information, your family tree. The team can also do a free eligibility check of your family tree if you want to share your family tree. This is the most important things to do before even starting to assisting you on the process of Italian citizenship Jure Sanguinis, Italian citizenship by descent. If you need a consultation, of course, we cannot do consultation here on social media, on YouTube, but feel free, you can also book a consultation easily online through the website. As always, thank you so much for your time and see you on the next videos.